Water.
Earth.
Fire.
Air.
The false Avatar Yun and his destructive campaign of revenge is at an end, brought down by the true Avatar Kyoshi. But the delay in locating and training her, as well as the disastrous actions of Earth Sage Jianzhu, have left the Earth Kingdom weak and vulnerable. Bandit groups known as Dao Fei vie for power and territory, and even the citizens behind the walls of Ba Sing Se are not safe. Remnants of the Fifth Nation, a southern water tribe pirate group, and the Yellownecks, a particularly brutal outlaw organisation, still linger in the shadows, waiting for the opportunity to strike. With the Earth Kingdom in disarray and Kyoshi needing competent allies to help restore balance, who will answer the call?
G'day, I'm Brandon. I'm playing Keeko Moo, Waterbender from the Southern Water Tribe, and I'm just looking for a good time.
Hello, my name's Andrew. I'm playing Jedd, the disgraced Airbender.
Hello, my name is Archie. I play Ted, the Airbender. I'm travelling with my brother Jedd to assist Kyoshi in her fight.
Hi, I'm Bree, and I'm playing Lilly Hannah from the Earth Kingdom, and she is a small child who gets in trouble.
Hi, I'm Dragon. I'm playing the character Tilla, who is a Sandbender from the Earth Nation.
And I'm Owen, the Dungeon Master of our Avatar Legends campaign, The Legacy of Kyoshi, which starts right now. Hello there, lovely listener. This is just a warning to let you know that this episode of The Legacy of Kyoshi may contain adult language or adult themes. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello. Welcome back, everybody. It is wonderful to see all of your gorgeous faces joining us once again for Avatar Legends, The Legacy of Kyoshi. I know it has been a hot minute since we were last here. I'm sorry we didn't have a session last week. After the conference that I was away for, I had quite a large amount of work sprung on me last minute, and I ended up being in the clinic until about 10 p.m. that night, so we were not able to run the stream. I'm very, very sorry. But we are back. We are ready to go. Most of us are ready to go. Unfortunately, Archie's not joining us tonight. Very similar to me, he's had a pretty intense workload dumped on him recently, and unfortunately, he's not going to be able to make it tonight. So we're sending our love to Archie. He's had a bit of a rough week. Hopefully things are improving, and we'll see him feeling a bit more cheerful and a bit less stressed next Thursday. But yeah, we're sending him all our love because he's had a bit of a rough week. Poor Archie. Everyone else is here. Everyone else is ready to rock and roll. We have only two quick announcements to share. The first one is a massive thank you to everyone who was watching the Wandering Village playthrough. Thank you so much. All of you who were watching it. I was not expecting it to be as popular as it was. It was mostly just to kind of like tide us over while I wasn't able to run the D&D sessions. But thank you so much for watching it and having fun with it. I've had a lot of fun playing the game. Unfortunately, we've kind of done everything there is to do in this early access module, so I'm looking for some extra stuff to do in the next update, which is coming out, I think, in the next month or so, they've announced. So hopefully we'll get some new stuff coming soon. I am looking for other games to check out. I was thinking it's been a long time since I last played through Subnautica, and my previous Subnautica playthrough on the channel was pretty hilarious. We tried the multiplayer mod called Nitrox, which is stable. Is not a word I would use to describe it. We had one bit where the water physics stopped working for one of us, which in a game like Subnautica, you can see how that might potentially be a problem where the water stops having an impact on your character. It was pretty good, so I'm gonna potentially do that. Apparently, with the Nitrox mod, you can have up to 6 people in your world. Now, 2 people broke most things. I can only imagine 6 will be far more entertaining. So when I have some time to get the Nitrox mod up and running again, I'm going to see if there's anyone who's keen to come and join me for a little bit of that. It is going to be a disaster, but a very funny one. I can guarantee that. If it even boots, 6 people might be the point where the world just doesn't even load. You just get a big, like, no thanks message popping up on your screen. Who knows? We'll check it out. The other fun news I have is actually super, super fun news. For those of you who are fans of Brandon Sanderson, he is personally my favorite fantasy author, probably my favorite author of all time. Author of the Mistborn series, the Stormlight Archive series, Elantris, a load of incredible books, all kind of set in the same universe that all take place within like this really cool timeline. He has just released on Kickstarter a TTRPG that can be used to play sessions and run sessions in all of his books. It was originally just the Stormlight Archive, and then he, as a surprise announcement, he's very well known for doing twists in his books. Then as a surprise twist on the Kickstarter, it turns out it was for every system, Mistborn, for everything. We are obviously going to do stuff with it because I'm a huge fan of his work. I've got a campaign that I'm currently writing now, a short campaign set after the Stormlight Archive book called Oathbringer. It's going to be, and when I say short campaign, I am genuinely going to try and keep it to like 4 or 5 episodes because at the moment we've only got the basic rules, the quick start rules. I think the Kickstarter is going to be up for a while. I think it's still got like 30 days left or something like that. If you are a fan of his work, I thoroughly recommend going and checking it out. And if you're a GM looking to try out a new system, this system looks really cool. It's almost like a meld between Avatar Legends and D&D 5th edition. It's the perfect balance. From what I've read, it looks like it's going to be the perfect balance between encouraging that role play and very like organic, fluid engagement in storytelling and roleplay with some cool combat mechanics built in as well. But it's not kind of like a combat game that's had RP forced on it. It's being built sort of, it looks like a really nice intersection, and I'm very, very excited to play it out. Obviously, I've only read the rules, quite a different experience to play with them. So we'll have a bit of fun trying it out and playing with it. But from what I've seen, it looks pretty impressive. So yeah, I'll be making some more announcements about that. I'll be doing the artwork for that because the world is so cool and the artwork is I'm gonna have a lot of fun with the artwork for it. So I'll keep some announcements coming with that, but we probably won't be starting that campaign until after we finish either Legacy of Kyoshi or Curse of Strahd, whichever one comes first. I was going to say definitely Legacy of Kyoshi, but you've seen how we travel in Avatar Legends. Who knows which one's going to finish first at this stage? I don't know. I'm just along for the ride. So we'll have to see. Whichever one finishes first, it will be happening after that. I think that is all the fun announcements I have to share. I can see Andrew's ghosted out on us. That almost looks like a scary, like, demon mask hanging from his curtains in the background.
He's
I'm
like,
surprised if it is.
he's left and like turned his light off. Like,
Yeah.
is he just gone?
Yeah.
I think he's gone out.
Did he just leave his house?
That's the level of professionalism and commitment that you'll see from the cast here at the Lost
Potentially.
Archives.
Feels like one of those horror movies, like with the webcams and all sorts of stuff like that. Like something's going to come out and drag a body across the bed. Guarantee it.
Yeah. Chat want to know if I can slowly zoom in on the face. I think I can actually. Let me have a quick look. I might be able to do something with that. Oh yeah, I can. I can actually slowly zoom in on it. Would we like to slowly zoom in on it?
Enhance. Enhance.
I don't know if it's a face. It's starting to look a lot more like just a dream catcher hanging from the curtains. Now the question is, can I get his camera back to how it was a second ago with a Control Z? Will Control Z work? Let's see.
Just stand up.
Oh, Control Z, you're my
No.
hero. Thank you, Control Z.
Oh,
Yes. Alrighty. We will do our intro. Obviously, it's been a hot minute since we played Avatar Legends, so I have written a very brief introduction. The shortest intro I think we've had this entire time to get the players up to speed because we're done with the hand-holding. Let's read the introduction and let's jump into the session. It's been 3 years since the false Avatar Yun has been struck down, and the world now knows the name of the true Avatar, Kyoshi. With the Earth Kingdom weak and vulnerable, Kyoshi and her partner Rangi have moved out to the Akoya Peninsula, sending out a message to each of the 4 nations. Come and help the Avatar build a better future. Answering the call are brothers Ted and Jedd of the Air Nation, Keeko from the Southern Water Tribe, Lilly from Ba Sing Se, and Tilla from the Siwong Oasis. After capturing some bandits plaguing the nearby settlement of Koru, the team are tracking missing cargo and suspected pirates in the Southern Water Tribe. Joining 3 pirate hunters, Kyu, Yara, and Koz, the team have been preparing for their unsanctioned journey out of Wolf Cove. While Lilly was inventing the first portable washing machine, Keeko spent some quality time with Koz, and the brothers Dim investigated the strange scroll they had discovered with the frozen monk out on the ice. With their preparations to travel now complete, the team reunited at the Eastern Gate and loaded up their supplies on the large sled, polar bear dogs all linked up and ready to go. The rather shady man providing them with said sled immediately slunk off, clearly off to rat them out to the chieftain. With time of the essence, the group set off. However, the slight delay in getting everything ready meant they soon found Water Tribe warriors in hot pursuit. Luckily, Lilly came prepared, throwing contact bombs behind, which combined with Jedd's airbending to create an enormous snow screen, allowing them to escape. We left off last session as the team arrived at the rough location that was marked on the back of the scroll, the expanse of ice stretching out before them. Sure, there must be something here to discover. Jedd and Ted unleashed their airbending, throwing back the thick layer of snow covering the ground. And as the snow began to settle again, the team spied the top of a wooden roof emerging from the snow. And that is where we left off last session. We jump straight back in as Andrew, the character most invested in this little side hustle, has still not returned.
So, how about that secret tunnel?
Should I put on the voice changer for that and do like the fucking Drake cover of Secret Tunnel? Secret Tunnel with like the auto tune. As the snow begins to settle, falling down from the blast of air that Jedd and Ted unleashed upon the ice fields, you can see half buried, probably about a meter or two down a very slight incline. The blast of air was kind of centered on a single point. It's blown this crater out of the ice, and you can see roughly about 10 meters, 20 meters away from you and about a meter deep, half buried in the sea ice, the top of this wooden structure. You can see that it is a large spire connected to a triangular wooden roof. The edge of it has been painted. It looks like you can see these tiny flecks of orange and yellow paint that have aged and chipped, probably been water damaged, visible just on the very top of that spire. The rest of the structure is visible only as this dark shadow beneath the ice below. What would you guys like to do?
So can we see a way in at all?
At the moment, it's just the peak of the roof. There's no doors or windows or anything like that. You can just see the very top of the roof.
So what does it look like it's made of?
Wood.
Sorry, it's like wood? Cool. So I could probably break it.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, who knows how old this thing is, how it... For podcast listeners, Andrew just slowly emerged from stage under. Is how we would call it in the... Stage under.
That's appropriate. I was not
Arrived from under the snow.
Yeah. Andrew, just for your benefit, we thought maybe that was when you turned the light off in your room, it cast a very horror kind of movie vibe over your room. So we thought maybe that dream catcher in the back, it looked a little bit like a scary skull. So I ended up doing like a full like enhance and zoom on it. We were able to see that it was a dream catcher. It's in the light. It's really obviously a dream catcher. I can see it clearly now.
Yeah. Oh well. Sorry about that. Had to run off and do something real quick.
Yeah, you left. You
literally
turned the
did.
lights off and everything.
I didn't mean to turn the lights off.
That's okay. That's okay.
That's just habit.
For your
It's a habit. It's a good habit.
For your benefit, Andrew, as the last thing that happened in the end of the session was...
I've been listening to everything.
Oh, fantastic. In that case, then, I hand over to you. What would you like to do?
Can
I think we should break into the roof.
We could break into it, but
Yeah.
what if like it's really cold in there or something, or
We-
really cold out here and it gets cold in there? Like, can I shovel some snow and see if I can see further, like on the side of that little peak if it's got a wall?
Yeah, 100%. As you head on over, Keeko, pulling out one of the snow shovels. There would be 2 snow shovels on the sled at all times in case it gets bogged down or gets stuck in the sea ice and the snow. You begin cracking away. Interestingly, the ice hasn't compacted around the building very well at all. Keeko, you're from the Southern Water Tribe. You're a waterbender. As you begin powering away with this shovel, you have the sudden and distinct realization that probably waterbending would be easier here than using a shovel.
Question.
So,
Does
you continue with the
Keeko
shovel?
have...
I know, definitely use my waterbending. I wanted to see if I could waterbend the snow out of the way, but I like the idea of having to go off a shovel like a pleb.
Sure.
Does Keeko have one of those like hammer-looking things, like what Soccer had in the series?
Oh, the club.
Yeah.
That's a really good question. Keeko,
Yeah.
as you have spent the last sort of like, I don't know, 8 years, 6 years traveling with the Fifth Nation pirates, you probably wouldn't have a club or anything like that. Like, you would have been very much pushed into using your waterbending. Obviously, not all members of the Water Tribe are waterbenders. As a waterbender, you were able to help maneuver the ship. You probably weren't used in much of the actual fighting and raiding, probably more used to help freeze the ice around ships as you docked in and began to board them, to keep your ship moving, maneuver your ship around. I'd say probably you were less inclined to be in a combat kind of situation. However, if you did want to have brought a ceremonial club with you or something like that, you absolutely could have. There's no reason why you wouldn't have it with you.
Keeko, do you have one?
You know, for the sake of the story, Water Tribe. I have one, of course. Always.
Cool. Can I steal that and run towards the roof and start breaking in the roof?
Lilac, can I
Why
ask
do
you a
have to
question first?
steal it?
Why do you have to break into the roof?
Because it's faster.
Lilac,
What if it caves in?
So, Lily, you're what, 11, 12?
Some indistinct age, somewhere between 8 and 12, yeah.
Yeah. So your muscles.
You said it's like a decrepit wooden building.
Frozen in the ice. As you run up, you take Keeko's club off him.
I'll still give her the thing. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you-
go for it.
I
want to see if you get a good roll.
Yeah, Lily, you rush on over. Could I get you to roll with push your luck, please?
do we?
9.
9. Never mind. Lily. As you run up towards the building, the blast of air that has pushed away a lot of the snow, compacted snow and ice around the tip of this building, that blast of air has actually weakened parts of the building, and you are very, very lucky. As you rush forward with Keeko's club, you smash it into the boards of this upper roof section. It just caves straight through. The wood must have been rotten. Maybe there was some weakness here, but whatever the cause, as you bring the club down, it smashes through, cracking through the wooden boards and revealing a structure below. You can see in the gloom a dark, open cavern. It looks like this tower opens up, and to your eyes, Lily, it almost looks like it's a layered structure, maybe like a tiered pagoda. But it looks like it goes a lot deeper. From the surface, as you look down, the shadow in the ice is very hard to make out any detail, but looking down inside, you can see this structure is open. Water has not melted in and filled this, which is interesting.
Okay.
Poppy.
Is there any like platforms or anything that I can see, or is it just like kind of dank?
So there's a straight drop through the very middle. You can see a spiral staircase disappearing into nothing.
Okay.
But there's floors. You can see that if you were to lower yourself down and swing in a little bit, you'd be able to drop into a floor. Probably the top floor of whatever this building was.
Poppy,
What were you gonna say, Andrew?
do you have some sort of light emitting substance that isn't fire?
No. I only have flammable
You're the
fire.
only chance. You're the only chance of that being existing.
You watch as Lily pulls out one of her grenades.
No.
No, because I'm waiting for them to get magnesium in at the home base to be able to get flashbangs.
Just an
but what I
FYI,
can
magnesium can also start fires as well, just so you know.
Yeah.
That
Cool.
will still start fires, but
Just checking.
What I'm thinking though, right? My bear trap with the rope attached to it.
you're thinking
It's like a grappling
you're
hook.
Thinking,
Yeah.
You're
Uh-huh.
thinking.
So I would like to
Oh, I was thinking
basically
something
use it like a
different.
grappling hook.
Hey,
and
technology
lower myself
specialist. Yeah, absolutely.
I was thinking you attach a torch to it, then you lower it down so
No.
you can see down, and
We
then
don't have a torch.
I just jump down and like take a rope with me because I can sort of airbend myself. To
No,
safety.
fuck you. I'm
then
already
just
here.
tie
I'm
it
going
off.
in.
Okay. cool.
I've just let myself in.
Turned around. I'll just see you dangling from a bear trap now.
Keeko, you
So
watch
quickly.
Keeko and
Hold
Tilla.
my hand like, yeah.
I'm just like.
I'm a Tomb Raider. Keeko and Tilla, you watch as Lily reaches behind her, pulls out a bear trap, just absolutely like pulls it back, locks it in position, and then like throws it at the edge of the top of the pagoda. The bear trap immediately activates, slamming down into the wood, the metal teeth digging into this wood with a very loud thunk. You hear it echo throughout the structure below you. There's an ominous crack in the sea ice for a second, and then nothing further happens. You watch as Lily pulls out some rope, ties it round, and then just disappears over the lip. The three waterbenders who are with you, Kiyu, Yara, and Ko, they're both like, you can see that they're still packing up the sled, getting things ready. Kiyu in particular is making her way over as she watches Lily tie the rope and then just vanish. You just see this look of shock on her face as she kind of like reaches out for a moment, pauses, and then looks back at you and goes, Why would you let Lily go first? Oh no, what does she know you as? Sorry,
Yep.
what's the fake name you've given her? Poppy.
Poppy.
Why would you let Poppy go
Don't-
first? She's a child. You
you
can't
guys-
just let her go down there.
And
We
I
don't
jumped in
understand.
afterwards.
You watch as
Look, Look,
which is Jedd
we
just
can
beats
try.
himself in.
Gave her a hammer. Didn't expect she'd do anything with it, to be honest.
Actually, yeah, Lily, do you still have the hammer, or did you just drop it as soon as you were done with it?
No, I'm holding it up as I'm like going down.
Zip lining with it.
You just in your mind, Lily, you hear da 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 da. As you like lower in. Yeah, exactly. We can't sing too much of that. I'm kidding. YouTube copyright's not that insane yet. Yeah, as you lower yourself into the darkness, Jedd, you just eat yourself off the top. I will say for the benefit, Ted and Jedd. Obviously, I'll be playing Ted tonight with Archie absent, but the two Airbenders, you immediately recognize this is most likely. I mean, it very closely resembles the pagoda temples that are positioned at the southern air temple. These very tall tower-like structures built normally on the side of mountains or built on... a lot of the times, Jedd, they're often built partially sunk into the stone of the mountains. Often the lower floors are carved out of stone, and then the wooden tower structure is kind of built on top, growing from the surface. This one obviously can't be that. You're in the middle of the Antarctic sea ice. There's no stone or structure here. In fact, it's at this point, Jedd, it really kind of hammers home. This structure's old. Older than that monk that you found half frozen in the ice. Again, hard to know exactly how long that monk had been there, frozen in the ice in his small tent, clutching this scroll.
Did we have an idea from...
You had a rough idea, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, but it's so Kiyu gave you a bit of a hint about the ice itself, how like long it would have taken for the snow to compact that, but it's hard to know for sure. Just want to say a massive thank you to everyone on Twitch. It looks like we've just completed a hype train. I think in particular, we need to give a massive, massive thank you to... Let's have a quick peekaroo. Who should we... Obscenities, 100%. Obscenities, thank you very much. It's a weird thing to be thanking Obscenities. Would it be more appropriate to be... Thank you, Brave Soldier. Yeah, you had an idea of how long the ice, like how long it would take for the snow to fall and be compacted, but yeah, how long the monk had been there, it's very hard to say. As Jedd and Lily drop out of sight, Keeko and Tilla, what are the two of you doing? We'll jump in with those. We'll jump in with the two... how do I put this? We'll jump in with those two later. Keeko and Tilla, what are you two up to?
I would probably still be on this sled.
Not even getting off the sled.
Dude, I haven't worked with this sled yet. I gotta get used to it first.
That is fair. To be fair, yeah, you're much more used to... Yeah, that's fair. You're used to sand sailors, right? You're used to the sandcraft. Yeah.
Like, I understand the basics, but it's different.
It is, 100%. And the other thing to keep in mind...
How to use the thing first.
Yeah, absolutely. The sled as well, you got to keep in mind, is designed for both use on snow and in the water. I mean, the top section is actually a boat that can unfold and go into the water to form a raft. The bottom section, this kind of attached section with the skis. Again, skis aren't really what you find on sand sledders or sand sailors. They tend to actually be more like two pontoons covered in a very thick layer of very slippery wax. This is different. Very, very different. You've done a pretty good job so far, though, like sailing it on the Tilla. Again, appropriately named your character for that one. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, Yara is still with you on the ice sled, Tilla, and as she looks over at the rest of the group, you watch as she shakes her head, her eyes wide, mouth partly agape, but as she turns back towards you, she sort of like does a bit of a double take and goes, I had no idea that there was a structure out here buried in the ice. This is made of wood. Made of wood? Why would you build a wooden structure on the ice? Just build it out of ice. Just use snow, like...
I mean, if they wanted it to last, maybe? I don't know if this was
the temperature here, like, rarely gets above, like, -4. It's not melting. Like, stuff doesn't melt here, unless we want it to. We use our waterbending to make it melt, but it's not really going to melt that much. Like...
Then what if it wasn't built by waterbenders?
We're at the we're at the South Pole. Like, she looks around at the desolate expanse of sea ice stretching as far as the eye can see all around you. The cold wind rushing over, setting these particulates of snow, sort of dusting the landscape. These little flashes of ice as it catches the sun. It's a grim place, Tilla. It is cold. You're the coldest you've ever been. You're from the desert, right? You're from the Siwang Oasis. And it does get cold in the desert at night, but not like this. This is rough. Like even in the furs, you're still shivering. You can feel that like clutching of your chest when you're so cold. Your pectoral muscles begin to sort of like compact into try and keep the blood supply around your heart. Like your body's basically in the mode of like, I'm dying. I need to keep blood here, or I'm gonna die. Like it's very cold. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Why
just throwing
is it
ideas out. I don't know why.
out here?
Why
Like, why would someone build something here in the middle of nowhere? You've got to be hiding something. We need to see what it is.
Yeah, that's a good
Look
point.
at the
That's a
hole.
good point, Keeko. But how do we not know about this? Like, surely, I mean, it's a tower for God's sake. How can the Water Tribe not know this was out here?
Well, do you guys come looking at here particularly often?
I mean, the route we've taken to get to the ice shelf. Ah, it's a good point. I guess like if you were heading to the spirit portal, you'd be heading more north. No, more south. We've sort of like, yeah, that's a good point actually. I don't think many people would come this way. We're so far from the edge of the ice shelf that this, yeah, huh? Which is Yara just
We should catch up with Poppy and see what's going on there. Do we go down the hole she made, or should we dig out a little bit and see if that's a window or a door we can sneak in through?
as you say
Probably
this.
Make your own way down. She did kind of take a rope.
Yep.
Yeah, the bear
Oh, she's
trap's
a
not
weapon?
self-detaching. The bear trap is very much embedded in the wood. It's not like you don't. Literally just like whistle and the bear trap goes and then drops down. It's there. This is where the bear trap is. Like Lily's not going to be able to get this off herself. This is locked in place. Keeko, as you say that and look over, you can't see Kyu anymore. Kyu's gone, and you can see Ko slowly, very gingerly looking down into the depths of this structure. Looking a bit, yeah, almost if you didn't know any better, Keeko, Ko's looks a little bit worried, a little bit nervous.
Is he afraid of heights?
We might be afraid of heights.
Oh,
Hey, Poppy, do you want to unattach this bear claw real quick? Bear claw, bro.
got it.
The best person to ask would be Ko's. He's currently standing next to the bear claw. If you wanted him to detach the bear trap, he'd just
Poppy's attached. Wait, no. First of all, they're in the hole too. Second of all, Poppy's attached to that damn thing.
not for much longer. Ha! This is taking too long. I can make it go faster. As he detaches that, he doesn't say. Just sort of looks down into the dark, not even really aware of what's going on around him. Keeko doesn't seem to notice you, Tilla, or Yara. He's just focused on the drop off into the darkness.
How's it going, Ko?
Yeah.
Not much for heights, so it looks.
Not my favorite heights. No, I wasn't expecting. Well, these would be depths, surely. As he looks down into the looks down into the hole.
I look down as well. yeah, no, it's definitely a hole. And deep hole. But someone's got it right. Be fine. Hold the rope.
This
dangly on. Look, it's tough. Super tough.
It's just this reminds me a lot of the crevasses that form on the northern ice shelf. I am not overly fond of going down in between the dark ice.
Never bad experience. I know a lot of people have bad experiences falling between ice. Can wreck you for a while.
Sorry, did you just say you know a lot of people have had bad experiences with ice? Nice.
Yeah, exactly. Falling between the ice. Like,
Yeah.
you're not the first person I know that's fallen
Good
between
save.
the ice.
Good save.
Yeah.
Keeko, you watch as Koz shivers a bit, and I mean this is a man who is 6'3", broad-shouldered. He shrinks a little bit under your gaze, almost shoulders coming in as he makes himself a little bit smaller, looking shamed. Looking ashamed.
Even Batman's afraid of something, so I'm not going to go there.
I heard about this man bat. He was a vigilante in Ba Sing Se.
Oh yes, new character. Save him for later.
Man bat. He claimed to be half man, half Batman.
Man, half Batman. God damn it, the Zuckerman now.
Enjoy.
It'll be good, brother. They made it down, we can make it down. You go. If you go first, I'll stand up here and keep an eye on things. Make sure you don't.
What if? Oh no, we've just had someone I should have known that was coming. I've played myself so well there. Palikia has just redeemed.
Yes.
Has just redeemed their channel points for created NPC.
Yeah.
Man bat.
Fucking man.
But that would be half an animal. What's
This
the
is
other
good.
half? Is it rat? Is it bat rat man?
Bat rat man. This is gonna teach me. This is gonna teach me from doing throwaway jokes. Been waiting for the perfect moment to strike.
Already though.
Yeah, okay. Man bat's a thing now. I'm gonna have to somehow include man bat when you get back to the Earth Kingdom. Actually, oh fuck! I've just had a funny idea for man bat. Don't worry. We won't see man bat this session, most likely, but I promise you, I've had an idea of how we can see man bat sooner. Well done.
Man bat's
Good
like
use.
man. Like he just prays around, like in the wilderness.
He just prays around in the wilderness.
Yeah. It's like you got all these like messed up creatures in this universe. It's
Hybrid
like
animals.
half man, half bat. Hybrid animals, but this one's
Messed up
hybrid
creatures.
animal with a bat, and the top half's a bat. No, bottom half would be a bat. That's way better to draw.
But then, so hang on, if the bottom half's a bat, he's just got like a human torso and arms and then tiny bat feet. The least useful part of a bat is its hind legs, Brenton. It's the least use. It's the only part of a bat that's useless.
I was thinking about pants. Like I don't want like a pants.
Thinking about pants. Why were you thinking about pants?
There's still that thin layer of skin between the legs, so they can't really walk properly either.
Just been very.
I don't want a flying bat with like a doodle coming at me. I'm like, I don't
With
want
a
that.
dude
like,
coming out of
it. A doodle.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. It's you just watch as this human torso with tiny bat feet waddles across the ice. Kill me. Free me.
Oh god, it's man bear pig.
I think we've had our derail. I know we didn't vote on who would cause it tonight. Brandon, absolutely. You are guilty. We're still doing so well until you described what you thought Man Bat would look like. Can I just say for the record, that is evidence that it's not as easy to come up with a hybrid animal on the fly as you think. The fact that Brandon could only create what is arguably the worst monstrosity we've had on this stream so far.
No, it's not. It's not though. It's
Is it
straight up
not?
not?
What do you mean?
No.
What's the worst?
I'm still standing by Chirpy.
Chirpy's cute. We've established
Chirpy
this.
was mad.
Chirpy's
Everyone
cute.
knows this. Everyone
I
loves
also
Chirpy.
love the
Look,
fact that,
artwork's right there. Chirpy's adorable.
I also love the fact that like you guys immediately go to like immediately chopping legs down one thing, torso up another thing. Like
That's how they look in Avatar,
I
though.
like more than that. You know?
No, not in Avatar. That's genuinely what they mostly look like. Like the platypus bear, for example, is just a bear with a platypus tail and bill, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay, but tail and bill. That's two ends of the body.
Hey, I've done multiple ends. Brandon's the only one who's done this fucking half, like
human with, like, a
bifurcated
bat.
man.
A human with a bat mouth or a bat with a human mouth? Which one's more terrifying?
A human with a bat mouth, for sure.
Yeah, Batman's terrifying. Little needle teeth.
I think it'd be the other way around, right?
No.
I reckon a bat with
No,
just like this.
Bat.
Human mouth would be terrifying.
Yeah, bat with a human mouth is just. I hate that image.
A bat with these big, juicy, just not puckering up.
This is a derail and a half. How long's it been going on for? Looks like a 10-minute derail. Let's get back on track by jumping jumping in with Jedd and Lilly. Oh fuck, man, bat. It's almost too funny not to have him look like that now, though. Maybe I'll have his like logo or something look like that. He'll have like a badge that he's like sewed into his cape. It's just a man's torso and then a tiny. He's like cut it from 2 different flags. He's cut like a bat. Yeah, I'll come up with something to try and incorporate that. Lilly and Jedd, as the 2 of you disappear into the darkness, Lilly, you're slowly lowering yourself down the rope that is attached to the bear trap locked into the wood of the upper section of the temple. As you lower yourself down onto this top floor, you can see that the building is on a slight lean. It looks like it's slowly shifted and tilted as the ice has packed around it and knocked it off course. This upper floor, you can see underneath you, so just down as you look down on that angle, you can see a lot of the furniture that's up here has slowly slid and then collided with the wall at the far end, the lower section of this top floor. There's a pile of what looks like mats and stools, as well as a wooden statue that has fallen over and partially broken. Seems to depict a woman in long flowing robes, bald head with a very prominent air nomad arrow tattoo on the forehead. The floors below, pitch black. It's very dark. No sunlight penetrates down this far.
What does it smell like in here?
What does it smell like? It smells musty, like the air itself is stale, as if this place has been buried for a very, very long time.
Does it smell at all like there could be something like gas in the air that would ignite if someone was to light a fire?
So here's the fun thing. Canonically, because of Avatar The Last Airbender, we know that the explosively flammable natural gas that is found in the world of Avatar is odorless because they have to throw a rotten egg in.
Nothing.
They have to throw a rotten egg in. That's Sokka's grand idea so that they can smell the source of the gas. So, Lilly, it smells fine.
What about that?
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
Okay.
To make your fun
But-
shit. Yeah.
If I start to kind of like go down the staircase, so like my eyes will slowly adjust a little bit so I can see what's immediately in front of
We're
me.
losing everyone.
Yeah, you'll be able to see a little bit in front of you, but the deeper you go, the less light there is. You still need light. Your eyes need light to function.
We do need a light torch.
Okay, Mr. Optometrist man.
I don't know if you're trying to shame me with that, but it's...
No, it wasn't. There was no shame being thrown.
Go on. Just light a fire.
Hmm.
What's the
I'm gonna
worst
light
that
a
could
torch.
happen?
Look, I really want to. I really just want to throw an explosive like as far down as I can to see what happens. But
I like
I
it,
also know that there is now somebody else in the building with me, and it's kind of giving me pause.
Lilly, you watch as Jedd, who was a bit behind you, but is free-falling, using his airbending to slow himself down, vaults down through the hole that you have smashed out in the roof, lands, lights a torch, and holds it up. The sputtering torch casts an orange glow around the room and the chamber that you're in. You can see the staircase leading down to lower floors. Jedd, the walls look like they
Stress me
were...
the fuck out.
Jedd, the walls look like they were once painted with beautiful murals. Very, very reminiscent of a very old style of air nomad art. This was a period where the air nomads were traveling a lot more. We're going back sort of about 100 or so years back to Avatar Yang Chen. The air nomads were traveling a lot more at that time, and they were picking up influences from other cultures. And so during this period of time, a lot of very detailed, immaculate artwork was being generated. It looks like this temple contains some of that artwork, giving you kind of a rough idea that this is at least the very minimum about 100, maybe 200 years old. That's the youngest it could be, possibly older. It's at this point that the gas detonates. No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
Kidding.
Like, I would like to just say, like, as you, like, drop down and pull out a torch, Lilly would be like, wait, no, don't! And then, like, cringing backwards as you light the torch, and then, like, oh, okay, we didn't explode?
Why would we explode?
Oh my god. No, don't worry, it's fine. I want to start heading down the staircase a little bit. Onto the
Perfect.
next floor.
As you begin making your way down the staircase, Keeko and Tilla, would the two of you be joining Lilly and Jedd, or are you staying on the surface? Keeko, Coz is not coming with you. He is staying up on the surface.
I'll be here to pull you out on the rope. I'm strong enough. I can lift you all out if something is happening and you're in danger. I can get you out quicker.
Perfect. We may need it. If you can't hear us, just feel 2 tugs. You know it's us.
If you feel 3, it's not us. If you feel
What-
4, it's
what
us
do
in a
I-
hurry.
You're not there, so he can't. He was going to ask something, but you're not there, so he can't ask it. That'd be metagaming. He just nods. Keeko.
But make my way down rope, walking fast.
Making my way down rope. As you make your way down rope, I'm assuming Tilla's coming with you. The 4 of you reunite at the top floor of this building. Lilly, as you begin making your way down the spiral staircase, Jedd close behind, casting these flickering shadows from the torch above. Yes, Jedd.
Are there any like sconces or like torches up around the place that I can be
Interestingly-
lighting as we go down?
Interestingly, there aren't very many sconces. You can see probably there was once a large chandelier that was hanging from the roof. You can see the remains of a chain, but that looks like it's broken. Probably the chandelier's at the bottom of the shaft of the tower, broken into places.
Cool.
Can I assess the situation?
100%. Thought you'd never
Okay.
ask.
Could I?
Oh,
I'd
it's a
to.
3. It's a miss.
Hey, Lilly. It's a big old room.
Okay, but I can use my case in the joint and ask one of 3 questions, which are not useful at this moment in time. But what here is the most valuable or interesting to me?
The friendship that you share with your comrades.
Fuck you.
No.
We all know that's a lie.
Jedd has like 20 gold in his pocket now.
Yeah, it's literally just what you have on you.
As you look around in the gloom, Lilly, I mean, art's never been something that you've really gotten into. Art's tough to make a big profit on. Like, you kind of need to know what you're doing with art. It's hard to pawn them. Often art pieces that are worth the most are recognizable. If you're caught with it, you get in a lot of trouble. You've never bothered with stealing art, stealing statues and things like that, unless they're made of a material that you can then melt down and sell separately. These statues are made of wood. They'd have to be worth a bit to be worth carting out of here, and you can't melt them down. But the artwork on the walls, at least on this floor, and as you begin making your way down to the lower floors, maybe some of these might be worth something. I mean, people pay all sorts of crazy amount of money for history stuff. It's like history stuff here. Could be worth something to the right person.
So there's no like chests filled with gold or anything like that. Just
Not-
some dirty ass paintings.
Not visible to you yet.
Okay. What's
And we are
depicted
in
on
a
the art
That
as we go down?
That is a very good question. As you begin looking over the artwork, you can see what looks like landscapes. There seems to be large domed structures in the background, and you can see what looks like air nomads in some of them. But there's the weirdest thing. They don't have arrows on their foreheads. They've got like these weird like swirly squares instead of arrows. Super weird.
I'm guessing I never would have seen anything like that before.
It's weird shit. Maybe
Hey, Jedd!
you've heard tell of an art style
Oh.
that just kind of doesn't make much sense, interpretive or something like that. This seems like that.
Jedd, have you ever seen like these swirly things? They're not like your thing. They're like different.
Different how? As I walk over with a torch, just to get a better look.
Look, they're swirly square things instead of triangle things.
Jedd, would you
I
like to
probably
make an
wouldn't say
assess the
anything.
situation?
Yes.
I thought you might. I thought to myself, what does Andrew want to do more than anything else right now? He wants to roll really
Not this.
poorly on an assess the situation check.
It's an 8.
That's not really poorly. That's actually quite decent. Jedd, I'll give you a bit, and then if you want to ask a follow-up question, you absolutely can. As you look over these beautiful paintings, it looks like they're depicting events from a time very long ago. The giveaway, right, is that a lot of Airbender art, a lot of air nomad art, often shows around the edges, will show the symbology associated with the avatar of that era. And you would recognize most of the avatars, at least in the last sort of like 6 or 7 cycles. You don't recognize any of the symbology for this avatar. Seems like it's from a very long time ago. As Lilly pointed out, the air nomad tattoos look a bit different. Unlike the solid arrows which you and your brother wear, and all modern airbenders wear, these almost have they come to almost like a tapered point that then curls back before forming the arrow back. You remember from your lessons from your history that the air nomad tattoos used to be much more angular in design, and over time they've become much more streamlined and simplified.
So they're just older versions. Okay, cool.
Seems like a much
Just
older
imagining
version.
like the M. Night Shyamalan like tattoo.
No, don't imagine that. So anyone who's seen
Imagine
the legend of
something better.
anyone who's seen the Legend of Korra, when you go back to the time of Avatar 1, the air nomads have very, very different tattoos. They're like squares that lock over and pull back, and they look very, very different. These almost look like they're halfway between the air nomad tattoos in Avatar 1's era and the current tattoos that airbenders wear. Almost like it takes place somewhere in the past, but not quite that far. Sometimes as a DM, you try and use sort of subtle
Thank God.
environmental hints to give your players an idea of the time and place in which they're exploring.
No, you just need to slap them in the face with
Yeah,
it,
I
and then
was
they'll
gonna say,
finally
most
figure it out.
of the time, what you actually want to do is attach those facts to the back of your hand. And whoosh. Are you Googling it, Bree?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing some
No, I was reading
extracurricular
chat.
work there. Yeah, that
Um,
makes sense.
cool. I will.
Read.
Can I ask a question still?
Yeah,
Cool.
that was your question. You asked it. No,
I'm gonna. Yeah. Damn. Fuck. What should I be on the lookout for? Just gonna go with one of the basic ones that it gives me.
What should you be on the lookout for? Jedd, if this is indeed a tower pagoda, it is you. If this is indeed a tower pagoda, the upper floor is normally reserved for meditation. Airbenders often meditate at higher altitudes. A lot of the time, the top floor is used as the meditation room, closer to air, closer to the sky, away from the earthly detachments. It's a long running, I would say, kind of like practice in air nomad culture to meditate and detach yourself from earthly ties. And a very easy representative way to do that is to be as high as you can, physically, not chemically. As you go down the different floors, you'll be coming across different rooms likely used for different purposes. Some of the floors will be more designed for storage of scrolls, books. These might be used for different information. Sometimes there might be ones designed for holding artwork and objects of meditation, objects to gaze upon and to reflect and think, to encourage the mind to grow beyond the bounds of the body. As you get down towards the lower floors, the bottom floors, you'll be coming across items of importance, likely items worth various money and things like that. Items might be worth a bit more value. There very likely will be living quarters here too. Yes.
So, with that in mind,
Yeah.
sorry, this is gonna ask another question, but the item that I'm sort of looking for,
hmm
would that be in this? Like, would that be found in a temple like this?
What sort of item are you looking for again? Just
I
remind
was
me.
looking for a replacement for the what was it called? Return to the temple. Kyoshi broke one of the toys.
Oh, of course. Yes. You're looking for a replacement toy. Very, very good question, Jedd. You know that the air nomads, the way they do their avatar test is to have objects from the previous avatar's childhood to give to the avatar. And there's normally 4 toys that the avatar has to pick to be able to announce themselves as the avatar. One of those toys was broken by Kyoshi. If this temple goes back far enough, it may have toys from further back in the avatar's life, in the avatar's reincarnation cycle. The problem is, as far back as these go, it's hard to know whether or not the avatar would be able to call upon a past life so far back when they've just been born, when they're so young. You're not really sure how that might work, but in answer to your question, it is entirely possible that you might find some lost items of testing for the avatar here. It is possible. If you do, that means they've been lost here for a very long time, and more importantly, no one came looking for them, which is very concerning. The air nomads are very cautious, very careful with those sort of items. They are extremely precious.
I will tell everyone who's here to just be on the lookout for stuff as we head down. Not to really take anything too quickly, but just be on the lookout for items.
Sounds good. Perfect. As the four of you slowly make your way down to the floor below, you pass more items of artwork. Floor below that, you come across what looks like a sort of library. The scrolls and books, though, are in a very bad state. You can see that the water damage that's affected the outside of the wood, the condensation in the air, has frozen a lot of these books partially shut. It may be that they're recoverable, but you can see that this tower wasn't quite as well protected as the scroll that was in the tent with the monk.
This is why I don't build things out of wood out here. Just put it out there. It's like she was saying up there.
Yeah, because nothing would
Thank you.
protect paper more than being encased in a building entirely made of water.
Exactly, because the water would freeze to the water. See?
He is actually correct on that, annoyingly. The condensation would cool down quickly enough that it would freeze onto the existing ice. Well played, sir. I see you know your science well.
Yes, I've been binging a lot of Mythbusters recently.
Good call. Oh man, it's time for me to watch some Mythbusters again. It's been too long. I need to rewatch them all. Tilla, what would you be doing while this is going on? I've assumed that you were following the rest of the group down into the pagoda, but tell me if that's wrong, and you may not have actually had to go down with them.
This is great, because I don't know what happened since I left to go to the bathroom.
The others all went into the tower, including Keeko. It is your choice if you wish to follow.
Who's at the top still?
Ko and Yara. So Ko's and Yara are staying up on top. Kyu.
Oh yeah, where did Q go?
Yeah,
She's with
you
you
don't
guys.
know. No,
Oh,
Kyu's
I
gone.
would have. She was with you guys. Okay. I'm gonna go stay up. I'm gonna stay up the top.
Okay,
I'm gonna stay
absolutely.
up with Yara and Ko.
In that case, Tilla, you do know where Kyu is. As you head over towards Ko, you can see a tunnel in the ice, not too far away from his feet. As he steps back out of the way, you can see he had been standing over a tunnel in the ice next to the building. As you look down, you can hear the occasional sound of water splashing and the sound of movement, clothes brushing against the ice down this tunnel, as it looks like Kyu is taking a rather direct route down to the base of the building, rather than going in through the roof.
Kyu, you alright?
As your voice echoes, you hear an almost indiscernible Ko
Did you
looks
get any
down.
of that?
I didn't hear her,
Okay, you and me both then.
but I will say, I have been traveling with Kyu as my captain for almost 2 years now, and she has always pulled through. She will be fine no matter where she is. As he looks at the slide, if I wasn't nervous about the ice, that would look fun to slide down.
Whoop, I'm not pushing him down, Andrew. You get to stay up here with Yara?
I'm not going down there. I am cautious about depths.
Are you afraid of heights?
I haven't been in heights before. The highest I've been is the top of the towers over the bay, and they are only 3 of me tall. But depths, I don't like being down in the dark ice.
That's fair. I'm gonna go down and join Kyo.
Good luck. If you need help,
Thank
call
you.
out and I will come and save you.
Thanks, buddy. And I'm going to slowly make my way down the ice slide.
Tilla, as you lower yourself down into a seating position, sort of shuffle a bit closer and then push off, you begin a gentle decline down this spiraling ice slide. You start picking up speed. First slowly, but then faster and faster and faster. And 3 seconds later, you slam out of the end of the tunnel into Kyu, who is currently waterbending and freezing it around, compressing the ice into this slide. As you smash into her, she then crashes into the wall of ice, comes up with her hand ready. You see this shard of ice form into a long icicle around her hands. She holds it up and then, Tilla.
It's me.
Oh my
Sorry.
god. You scared the shit out of me.
Sorry. Not my intention.
I thought you were... I was worried about your friends just going down into the dark, and I thought maybe it would make sense if we had another way in and out of this structure than just the roof. So I thought I'd make a tunnel out.
Thank you for that. I love them, but I don't think any of them would have thought of that.
It is a standard pincer maneuver for capturing pirates. I don't think there are any Fifth Nation here. This place was buried and old, but you know, old habits die hard, I guess. I was just worried that they were going into a trap.
That's all good. Anything I can do to help? Or should I go back?
You look back at the incredibly slippery ice slide behind you that is going to be a real problem climbing.
Hey, I would think of something.
Okay, please, go for it. Let's hear it.
Because I have sand on me, don't I?
You do have sand with you, yes. You have like the Gara from Naruto
Yeah,
sand gourd. Yeah.
Yep. Could I make ice shoes? Or like ice spikes?
Could you
And
make
just, like,
ice spikes out of sand?
Out of sand. Like solidify them around my feet and then just like...
You could technically
so
harden the
slow to get
sand.
out.
Yeah, it's gonna take you a while.
It's taking me a while to get out. But I potentially could do it.
I mean, I'm gonna help you out here. I've got an idea. What if you were to create a spiral of sand, basically like a giant wheel of sand around you, that you could then almost like a cycle that you're sitting in the middle of that would roll back up, because the sand would be quite grippy on the ice. If it pushed down with enough force each time, you'd get a bit of speed. You'd be able to go up and almost like imagine like a big wheel, right, with you in the very center, and as it spins, it takes you back up the shaft.
That's a lot of force.
It's a lot of force.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like if you could like
Just stay
put
down there,
little,
work your way up the stairs.
steps, and then like take the one out from under your other foot and put it in your foot before you put the next one up, kind of thing. And then
Yeah, because that's going
Have,
to
like,
be
a little
way quicker than a wheel.
That's hours
it
later.
wasn't the point of being quick; it was the point of being practical.
Yeah. Do need to get, what, like 7 of us out of here again?
What do you mean? We have a rope.
And an airbender or two.
We have one really good airbender.
And he's on the surface, not joining in. As you head down the tunnel, Tilla, you watch as Ted looks down and goes, "Looks pretty cold down there. Hope you don't die." He watches, and at that point, Dragon's camera and microphone both die. That was incredible timing, saying "Hope you don't die," and she vanishes. Incredible.
Yes.
In that case, then we'll jump back with Jedd, Lilly, and Keeko. As you continue down the spiral staircase, you come to a series of what almost look like large shelves constructed out of wood, built into the side of this enormous temple. And on many of the shelves, you can see what look like boxes, crates, and chests, some of which are quite ornate looking, all made of wood, but clearly made with love, made time. Most of them
Made to
adorn...
hold something valuable.
Lilly, I mean, why would you go to all the trouble of making a good-looking box if you weren't going to put something good in it? Jedd, you think it's not worth making something unless it's made with thought and love, which is the air nomad way.
But also, what's in that box?
What's in the box? Yeah,
I
you see a number of them.
would like to loot.
I'd like to open box number 4, please.
And in box number 4, it is a spider. It bites your hand. As the venom courses through your veins, you should have picked box number 3.
As you slowly creep over the two of you and begin that loot, you watch as Lilly, she peer into one of the boxes. Inside, you can see what looks like a bed of straw, buffered on top with even more straw. Clearly, an object of great value. It's been filled with straw to help protect it. There must be something very, very important, something very, very valuable in here. As you reach in and pull something out, could I get you to push your luck, please? Let's see what you got. You watch as Man-Bat springs from one of the boxes with his bat mouth, bites Jedd, and vanishes, and then waddles away with his tiny bat feet.
Someone get him! He's quickly making an escape.
It's better he's like a porky man. He's like a fit man. He's like got a big beer gut and all that, but little thin bat legs.
8. Success with consequences. Lilly, as you reach in and pull out from inside the crate, you can see. I would actually say, at first you feel something that is cold to the touch, hard and cold, almost a little bit like metal or like polished porcelain. This like very cold, hard substance. As you pull it out and look down, you can see what almost looks like a figurine. It's beautifully carved, possibly even out of a very, very white ceramic, or maybe even ivory. Unlikely for air nomads, but still, it is beautifully carved. It depicts a large, almost like a large bison-looking creature with clouds wrapped around it, forming this almost like a bed of clouds underneath it. You can see that it looks to be this, almost like a totem of some sorts. It also has these long trails coming off it as well, almost like ribbons wrapping around and going across the clouds. For those of you playing along at home, it is the Sky Bison spirit from Embers of War. Yeah, well done, chat.
No.
Yeah, it looks like it's a carved totem of the Sky Bison spirit. Lilly, this looks like it'd be pretty valuable to the right person. Now you've got to find a fence.
Anything else? Anything else in the box?
Nothing else in the box, just this one totem. As you begin reaching around and filling inside, no other items. This looks like it was packaged up and kept safe here. Jedd, you said you were also checking a box?
Yeah, checking a box.
Could I get you to
Check a box
please push your luck?
How many boxes total are there in this room?
It looks like there's about 6
3.
or 7.
Passione.
Passion.
Oh, no.
I'd like you to roll with Pasito, please.
Man-Bat gets me.
6. As you open up the box, as Man-Bat springs out and bites you. As you open up the box, Jedd, you can see that whatever was in this box is actually, unfortunately, being destroyed. Whatever was in here has shattered. It looks like probably, again, that same porcelain that Lilly's holding. It doesn't look like it's quite the same as the totem that she's holding. In fact, you can see whatever this item was, it was much larger and the walls were much thinner. It looks like it was hollow. Maybe some sort of vase or some sort of container. Whereas Lilly, yours feels solid. It doesn't feel like it's hollow at all.
Was there as much straw in mine, so it wasn't?
No, almost no straw, which is why it broke.
So it wasn't as important. Yeah.
I'm going to say at this point, as you go through the rest of the boxes, you find 3 other matching totems. One of a very large badger mole, one of a dragon, and one of a beautiful 9-tailed Arctic fox. In the last crate, which I'm going to say Keeko opens at this point. Keeko, as you open up the last crate and look inside, instead of finding items, totems, or anything like that, instead there's a book, large leather-bound tome, marked with metal brackets. Doesn't look like anything from the Air Nation. In fact, as you pull it out and have a bit of a closer look, it looks almost Fire Nation. Metal clasps, the spine, which is made of this darkened, shadowed iron, and the book itself is padlocked. You can see a large metal lock in place.
I don't suppose anyone here has a bobby pin? Oh, sorry, a Toshi pin or anything?
Much better. Thank you.
Can't you just freeze the lock?
If I take this pin out of this grenade, we could use that.
As long as you keep the handle, you're good. You can put the pin back in. Like it's once the pin's out, it's not going to explode. You're good. You're sorted.
How else is the grenade made though?
Yeah, could I try that with the stuff like? If
I
the
don't
lock's-
actually have
She
grenades.
doesn't have grenades, mate. Like
No, I was talking about the water. Like,
Okay.
Oh, to
like,
freeze the
water in
lock.
and freeze
Keeko.
that.
Of course you
Yeah,
can. Could I please get you to roll with skills and training, please?
Give it a crack.
Obscenities. I see what you're suggesting with Manbat. I was thinking the same thing. That was my idea.
Ah, yeah.
Because we've had a bit of a callback to Avatar 1 and the early days of the first Avatar. I think we can have a few more. Jedd.
What about
Keeko, 5. That is a miss. Keeko. Jedd, Lilly, you watch as Keeko reaches his hand out, pulls in some ice from the walls, places his hand on the book, and then freezes the entire book solid.
Didn't work as well as I thought it would. Might
You
need
think?
another idea. Well,
Can you undo this real quick then? Just
Maybe
undo
we
it.
should take it
just
with
tap
us
on it.
and try
Can
to
you just
figure it
undo
out
it?
later.
Can you unfreeze the book so it doesn't get any more damaged?
of course I can. I'm gonna hold it so it's like I'm holding the spine so any water drip off of it doesn't go into the book. Like sort of just
Can't you just
folds off the cover. Or I could just chip off
Waterbender?
the ice. Don't want to get in the book still. They're still gonna melt it. Still there's a chance to get into the pages. Don't want that. But I'll melt in my best way to not wet the pages.
Keeko, you hold the book upside down, put a pulse of water bedding through, the water just drips off, leaving you with a wet book.
Perfect.
You froze it solid, mate. Like, I don't know what you're expecting here. The laws of physics must be obeyed.
The luck.
Yeah, but you rolled a 5.
A bottle of water on it.
Yeah, but you rolled a 5.
Can I-
know, but it sucks.
can I airbend it so it dries off a bit more before all the water gets absorbed into the book?
100%. As you blast it with some airbending, can I get you to roll with skills and training, please, Jedd?
Please don't fuck it up more.
Where is skills and training?
Come on.
Ah, okay.
Come on, Jedd. Do me a
15.
solid and just 15? Are you kidding me?
It's, yeah, highest possible.
Oh
I have
my
a plus
god.
3.
Jedd, not only do you airbend the book dry, as the air slices through, Jedd, you remember an airbending technique known as I'm going to call it maybe like a wind slice, where you compress air down to a single blade, and as you flick it forwards, it creates this sharp edge. You don't have to cut through the lock. You don't have to break the lock. The lock's attached to the leather. You just have to cut the bit where it joins to the leather. Leather's much easier to cut than metal. So with 2 quick wind slices, you watch as the heavy lock clatters down onto the floor, and the book springs open in your hands, Keeko.
Pretty cool, I guess. Well done. Is anyone?
Why
should
do we have to
read?
damage
I bring
books?
the book around to everyone. Page 1.
As I bring the torch behind him so we have light.
Page 1 is blank.
There's a glossary here. Yep, cool.
As you open the book, property of Keeko. No, as you open up the book and look inside, you can see that it is written in this very, very sharp, angular script for the first couple of pages, and then as you flick through a little bit further, it changes to a much more soft, flowing script. Another couple of pages, a different type of script again. You can see that many, many hands have written this. It looks like a series of journal entries written by a number of different people, none of whom identify themselves. There's no names used on the top. There's no dates. But as you flick through, you can see that some of the pages, the ones at the front, seem to be a bit older. And as you get towards the back, about 2/3 of the way through the book, the writing ends and the rest of the book is blank. There's pages, more and more blank pages to be filled, but they never were. And as you flick back to the front again, you can see written in this very rough script, very very poor handwriting. I'm not even going to dance around it. Someone who clearly wasn't particularly good at writing. You can see the first section of the description. And as you have a bit of a read through, it details what sounds almost like the movement of people from cities, lion turtle cities. The movement from them, people leaving the lion turtle cities. Whoever this author was is describing some of the challenges they encountered and the sealing of the spirit world. As you flick to the next author, it talks about this connection with a past life, traveling with a group of airbenders. And then the next, and the next, detailing short snippets from the lives of people who seem to almost carry on this legacy as they go. Keeko, Jedd, and Lilly, the three of you are definitely, well, Keeko and Lilly, two of you are smart enough. No, I'm kidding. Jedd does have the brain cell tonight. This looks like a series of accounts of the Avatar, going back a very long time. Jedd, you know it's not possible that this was written that long ago. You know that air nomads often copy text across into books. When the books and scrolls get too old or too damaged, they're copied across. It looks like the person who's done this has worked very hard to try and preserve the original appearance of the handwriting, to copy it exactly as it would have seemed. You know this because you used to have to do this. One of the things that acolytes were made to do was copy the text across from old books.
Would it be safe to assume this would be the only copy of this book?
Jedd, you've never heard of a book like this before. A journal
Cool.
detailing the Avatar's lives? Unlikely.
Yep.
The three of you know
This is priceless.
this in the wrong hands, this could be hugely problematic.
Hugely profitable.
No. It's priceless in the fact that you can't sell it.
Oh, I'm sure I could.
No, they would kill you for it. They're not gonna pay you.
Oh, I could.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay. Don't worry about it. I get it.
Let's kick up such a hubbub. Like,
This-
they're going into like details about like certain nations' politics and something like that.
Parts of it do. As you get further ahead, it talks about the founding of a great walled city and the fighting between different clans to rule over it.
I feel
And the Say clan finally able to gain dominance.
the only safe way to do this is either return it to an air temple that will probably just keep copying it and not bring it up to anyone else. Or we just hold on to it and never speak of this again.
Why wouldn't we give it to Kyoshi?
Yeah, Kyoshi or Rangi, like either one of them.
No. Well,
It's accounts by the Avatar. Why would we not give it to the Avatar so that she can
'Cause
learn
the
more about her
Avatar
past
hasn't had
lives
this-
and
the
then
Avatar
also
hasn't had
write
this book.
in it?
the Avatar hasn't had this book for a very long time.
And that's a problem. Why? Why would we not just give it to her?
This isn't even the original. This is just a copy that the Air Temple has had for.
Okay, that's fine, but why would we not give it to her?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the
I think
answer,
you should appreciate it.
Because she would already know this, wouldn't she?
Not necessarily. Depends on how much she's been able to connect to her past lives
That's
and
true.
learn all this shit.
Do you think
Because how
she's-
long has Kyoshi been
think-
Avatar at this point? Not very long.
Like 4 years,
What?
5 years.
Yeah. So
Well,
Wait,
sorry,
wait.
she's been the Avatar her whole
Been the
life.
Avatar the whole time.
Yeah, but
yeah,
she's
but
and I would
Totally.
say that Kyoshi is known for her incredibly powerful bending, not for her deep spirituality. It's-
That's also another problem. She's not really on the spiritual side.
Okay, but is it not better for her to know her history?
Yeah, I think we need a 23andMe this. We need to teach her history, her family tree. We need to know these things.
23 and me.
it's at this point you hear the crack of ice from 2 floors below you, and as the three of you look over the edge of the balcony, you watch as Tilla and Kiyu emerge through the probably what was once the front door of this temple, Q's ice tunnel having finally been completed. And as the two of you emerge into the darkness, Tilla, you watch as Q pulls out of her belt a glass vial filled with what looks like these strands of seaweed in this slightly almost like yellowish green solution. And as she shakes it, it slowly begins to glow with this soft bioluminescent light. She hands one.
Luminescence.
Yeah, it's a special type of weed that reacts to the water.
Poppy, why can't you do that?
Phosphorus in the water. As she hands it to you, she pulls out another one, shakes it, and then holds it aloft to look around. You hear from downstairs, "Hello, Keeko, Jedd."
I lean over the balcony with my torch.
Poppy?
Yo.
Ayo!
Oh, you're not dead. What have you found? Yes, I suspected maybe there could be some reason that we might need another way out of here. We have a tunnel down the bottom.
Just some really cool airbender stuff.
So this is an Airbender temple, or at least a pagoda or tower.
Yes, it's Air Nation design, and there's a lot of Air Nomad iconography.
Tilla, you see Kiyu looking up, talking to the others. Could I get you to roll me an assess a situation check, please?
As my torch drops into
Sure
a
thing.
pool of oil.
I got a 6.
6. Tilla, as you're looking around holding your bioluminescent vial, you hear a crack, sound of something splintering and breaking under your feet. And as you look down, you see that you have just stepped on what looks like a long white stick that's just cracked underneath your feet. And as you look a little bit further, you see that that stick has a weird knobbly bit at one end and a weird knobbly bit at the other end. Vaguely bone-shaped. There's lots of other sticks, almost like assembled over. Oh, it's a rib cage. Yeah, you've just stepped on someone's bones and cracked them. As you look down, you see a skeleton. You've just stepped on one of the larger bones around the leg, either the tibia or fibula.
Not Mr. Temple.
Mr. Temple.
Not the temple. Someone?
Mr. Temple. Yeah.
Was that the Avatar? Just step on their bones.
You step on the avatar.
Jesus Christ.
Are the leg bones like strangely like really small and bat-like?
No, that'd probably be a bit cheap to like just piece out of doing the NPC. Somebody be like, "You find their corpse." Now I don't need to have this. No, they're not strangely small and bat-like.
Does he have like a weird set of teeth?
No.
Oh.
Tilla, as you look down at this corpse, it is skeletonized. It has been here a lot longer than the monk in the ice, the monk in the tent, which was almost mummified. This is just broken and old. And as you step back, you can see that there probably were once clothes wrapped around the skeleton. They have dissolved into dust underneath it. This is very, very old. In fact, it's kind of surprising the wood is in as good a condition as it is. Jedd.
Is it still very cold in here?
Jedd, as you notice, it's not. In fact, it's actually strangely temperate inside this temple. Much warmer than it should be, given that you are surrounded on all sides by kilometers of ice.
Cool.
It's actually kind of warm in here.
Cool.
It's kind of warm in here.
Fuck. Explains. Yep. Cool. That's not good.
See any heaters around? Anything?
No heaters at all, weirdly enough, because they won't be invented for another 2 seasons.
I can't-
No lit
Now that I
sconces?
can see the bottom floor, right?
Yeah.
Because
Because we're there.
does it look like there's like the side of the walls look like they have ice on them, like they've been contaminated? Does the bottom look like it has ice on it?
No. In fact, the bottom is almost clearer.
Stone-like?
Yeah, not stone-like. The wood, it's still wood, but the wood looks much more rotted, almost as if it's been warmer than the upper layers. which is really bizarre, Jedd, because you know that heat rises.
So there's either a volcanic spot underneath or some sort of some sort of underground system that's heating it up. Cool.
Is the chandelier on the ground?
Yeah, absolutely. As I'm going to assume that you guys sort of make your way down. The next floor that you pass looks like it's sleeping quarters, as does the floor below. In fact, the next two floors look like they have what look like pallets and cots, as well as bedrolls for the monks to have slept. Some of the beds are still occupied with bodies.
Ew.
Yeah. Looks like there's at least 5 more corpses of monks here.
Step into like Jonestown or something like that, or is this like a spa, retreat day spa?
Is it only monks here?
Hard to say 100% because the bodies are in such a bad state of decay. Yeah. As you get down to the bottom floor with Tilla and Key, you watch as she's looking around nervously, holding aloft the light. This place feels wrong. You watch as she breathes out. There's no steam. Why is it so warm in here? It should be colder.
Can I touch my hand on the floor just to see if it's how
floor
warm
is
it is?
Warm, Jedd. There's almost like a heat emanating from below. There's no sign of any stairs going deeper. But
it's definitely...
For a moment, Jedd,
I think it's...
could have sworn you felt like a beat or a pulse coming from below. Bree.
In true Avatar style, Lily would like to grab a skull and run up behind Keeko, who is still holding the book, and just bring the skull up to his face and be like, "What you doing with my book?"
I love that I'm working so hard here to create a sense of dread and horror, and in one simple moment, you just absolutely just fucking right up for me.
Of course.
You watch as
Temple's a mimic.
next to you, Keeko, you watch as a skull slowly rises up and goes, "What you ruined, Raggy?" As you look at the book.
Hey, good read. Yeah, it did well. And you did some work. I think this place is actually like an Avatar day spa built by the Air Nomads. They found like a hot spring out here, and they've clearly built like a retreat. That's why they come all the way out here, and that's why we found.
It's got too much spiritual connection stuff there.
Keeko,
It feels
you
weird.
reckon you're onto something? It's nice and warm. There's lots of places to rest, lots of reading material. I mean, the only thing it's missing is a fucking spa. But apart from that...
Well, it must be beneath us. That's
must
why
be
it's so
beneath.
warm.
Must be
The
downstairs.
geothermal energy.
Yeah, it must be downstairs.
Exactly.
Yeah. Only logical
Where the
explanation.
chandelier fell, is
Yeah.
there a crack in the ground? Like, is there a split in the wood? Or is it, like, just perfectly still made?
Jedd, there is indeed a crack across the floor. In fact, interestingly enough, as you have a bit of a closer look, you can see the wood of the floor is carved out of a single massive piece of tree. You can still see the rings.
Tree.
Massive tree. And it's hard to make out with the flickering torchlight, but as you bring the bioluminescent vial closer that Tilla's holding, Tilla sees what you're doing, holds it over to give you a better look. You can see what looks like an enormous carved symbol on the floor, massive, and the chandelier, as it's cracked, has broken part of that symbol on the floor. Just a bit. Just the corner of this sigil. And as you get closer to that crack, it's much warmer there.
Does it look like a symbol that might be used for, like, spirits?
Jedd, why were you kicked out of the Air Temple? Is it because you didn't subscribe to the spiritual teachings of the Air Nomads?
It's because I sort of helped my master drown a couple people.
Right on.
We'll get back to
But
that.
that's what,
It's gonna be the best of friends.
isn't that what we went on? Isn't that what it was? I got
Andrew,
kicked
we
out
haven't
because
we
I-
haven't spoken about that. If that's what it is, I need to know that.
Kalsang was my master. We killed a bunch of people by creating a storm sinking boats.
Oh, that's
he
right.
took
That's
for
right.
both
So
of us.
it's a bit different when like I helped my master drown people. When you phrase it like
Is
that,
that not what we did?
it sounds like you were like luring people below into like some like day spa. And, like,
Holding their head.
I was picturing like you and your master just drowning people, both holding someone under the well.
You see it
Oh.
one way, I see it a different way.
I was gonna say, I was like, I remember your backstory very differently. Okay.
Tomato. You know,
It's really not though. Yes, much better. That I was gonna say, I was like, you guys didn't you do airbending to like protect the air nomads, but it got out of hand and some ships sank and like
we
yeah,
tried
okay,
a bunch
cool.
of things.
So let's double check
Yeah,
it.
cool.
Jedd, the reason I was asking that question, how much of the spiritual side of the teaching would you know? I
As
guess we
him
could.
being my master.
Yeah.
Was he? I don't know if he was he a pre-existing character? I can't remember.
Kelsang. Let me double check.
Yeah.
I think he might have been.
Because I would have just done what he. Because I know I've been.
Yes,
a
Kelsang.
lot
Yes,
more-
Kelsang. Absolutely, he was in. Yeah. Sorry, I had a complete mental block just then for a second. He
I know
actually
a
was
lot
the.
about Avatar.
He was
I
the
don't know
airbending
that
teacher
much.
of Avatar Kurok, and did actually initially help train Avatar Kyoshi, but he was killed by the other Kyoshi, the Kyoshi's other master Jiangzong. So yes, Kelsang was an important member of the Air Nomads. Absolutely.
Would he have taught me?
Yes,
Spiritual stuff.
he was quite spiritual, and he tried to teach Kurok spirituality as well. Jedd, could you please make me a
Try it.
skills and training roll? Kelsang was a phenomenal airbender. Thank you, Tabs, for reminding me.
14.
14.
This is what I'm
Jedd.
good at.
Jedd, you know a shitload about spirits and about different glyphs and symbols. The one on the floor is a very, very old symbol. It was originally used to seal areas away, either to keep spirits out or to keep them in. The sigil is one that they cannot cross. It's designed to be a barrier for spirits, particularly spirits that mean harm to humans. Spirits that cannot be calmed, spirits that cannot be tamed, spirits that are wild. This symbol's broken. Jedd, the chandelier that fell and cracked it, whatever this spirit is, it's likely still here. The seal hasn't been completely ruined, but its
Is it
influence could be seeping through right now.
the seal though? It's gonna break eventually because the floor's rotting, right?
Yeah, the heat is slowly starting to. I mean, the heat's melting the water and snow and ice around this area. Over time, this is going to degrade and break. The only thing that's kept this from breaking is that it's not planks of wood with lots of gaps in between. It's a single cross section of an enormous tree trunk. That's the only thing that's kept this from breaking further.
And a giant chandelier has just fallen into it.
We're fucked.
How did that get there again? I was not here for that.
The chandelier fell ages
It was
ago.
on the roof.
Ages and ages and ages
Yeah,
ago,
it was-
long
Fill in
before
the
you guys got
gaps,
here.
Something like that. That'd be fine.
So,
Fill in the gaps.
guys, how do we feel about evil spirits?
Just a bit of spack filler will fix it, right?
Especially ones that are half man, half bat.
Oh, just no saving humanity. It's gone now.
Humanity's fucked.
Get rid of it.
The spirit?
Yeah.
I have no idea how to do that.
Just don't
It's-
put the man
it
bat
was-
signal in the sky and he won't show up. It's pretty simple stuff, guys. Like,
Oh shoot, my torch was going through this thing and it. Oh no.
as you hold up the torch, you watch as the symbol of man bat appears on the wall. The sigil cracks open. You tiny teeth come out from the floor. None of that happens, obviously.
How do we fix it?
How do we? Yeah, would I know? Is there a way to repair this? Because I would definitely not know of a way of how to get rid of the spirit other
The
than
problem
repairing it.
is, Jedd, the wood is actually cracked, and and that crack has formed a failure point that's slowly been rotting and eroding away.
In fact, it's a miracle that this hasn't degraded much faster. As you look closely at the wood, you'd need to carve an exact piece that would fit in that gap and continue the symbol perfectly. This is beyond your skill and beyond the tools that you have available to you right now.
I have a stone dagger.
It's a good start. It's a good start.
That's a start. Hey, that's a start. We'll take it. We'll take it.
I have a scarf. Could we tie it around it and hold it together?
We can make it look fashionable.
Do we have a really big bit of cloth we can just...
Do we have a rug? Do we have a rug that we can just throw over the hole?
Yeah.
Could we fill the gap with soap?
With soap,
Soap?
My refined seaweed.
nature's most durable material when exposed to flowing water. Oh wait.
Maybe like if
Okay,
the
smarter.
spirit tries to
What's
come
your
out,
idea?
it'll slip over on the way out, so it'll be fine to fall back in.
Yes, we have an earthbender, but we don't have any earth.
I mean, I have my little thing of sand.
How much sand is that?
Good sand.
Not a
How
lot.
much can I go on her?
All right, let's do.
Depends on how
let's-
much.
let's
how
do
much
some
I can
math
go
here.
on.
Your gourd's probably about like, let's say 2 to 3 liters, because that's a decent size to be strapped to. So you've got about 2 to 3 liters of sand. I'm assuming that sand is probably a bit heavier per gram per mil. So it's probably, if it's 2 to 3 kilos, you've probably got about, sorry, if you've got 2 to 3 liters of sand, you've probably got about 4 kilos of sand. 2 to 3 liters would be about 4 kilos of sand, I reckon. Someone Google that and tell me how close I was. How much is sand per? How much is a
do
mil
have
of
my
sand? Let's see. I like that
Would
you
it
guys
be
are getting hints from chat now about how to handle this. That's it's a bit shameful for you. That you're
Dry
having-
sand has a density of about 1.6 kilos per liter.
Oh, so it wasn't far off. Probably about 4.5 then
very
to
close,
5.
yeah.
This is
Yeah,
the sort
I
of thing
saw
my
that.
brain keeps, unfortunately. Don't know why.
Yeah, Chad's been real good. I like Chad. Also, you were correct. It was a prison. Very good guess. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's a shame that you guys are starting to get to know
Could
me and my plans
we-
too easily.
Could we just
Ignore it and
Yeah.
move on.
Just leave.
leave?
Just leave? We
Just
could.
leave.
Let us
But
leave.
what are the implications of that?
And not our problem. we
big-
go tell
big
Cora
angry
about it, and
spirit.
Cora deals with it because she is the bridge
Kyoshi?
between worlds. Sorry, Kyoshi. Wrong generation.
Wrong era.
I mean, if you really want to leave it for a while, I guess you could go to Cora later on.
Wait, okay, so
I envision this being a problem in 320
Yeah.
years.
we don't know how, we
You're
don't know
right.
how long this has been rotting for. That's the problem. How much? So if the
What
rot's been
if-
taking
could
this long
we-
to get to here,
Bree, your
What if
mum
we
wants
go
you to
the
blow it up.
secret
Just
tunnel?
saying.
I know. What if we go to the secret tunnel and see if there's something there that could help us?
And we'll have some putty around, some silicon.
okay, we can go to the secret tunnel and come back, I guess. But
If we had a firebender, we could like melt the fucking sand into it, but we don't have a firebender this time.
I'm gonna say that makes sandstone, yeah,
God,
or glass.
I have
Got
one
glass.
little twine that we could
if we had,
somewhat try to melt it with that, but it's probably not going to burn as hot as we
had
need
the
it to
if
be
we had
able
the
to.
magnesium.
I know.
We only have magnesium.
Like that could
Um,
maybe burn hot enough.
How long
Do we know
will the
what's
seal
causing the
hold?
heat underneath, though?
Yes, the spirit. Spirit.
Okay,
likely.
considering Owen just said no.
No, no.
I was
he
more
said
saying
no,
you don't
shoulder
know.
Shrug.
And
I
then
went,
Andrew said the spirit. I had to then change it into a.
you don't know. How long till the sigil can't hold it any like officially breaks?
Jedd,
Like, how much
it's-
more damage could it take?
Jedd, it's already broken. Like the spirit's influence is leaking out right now. That's the heat.
Until it doesn't just stop leaking, but is a full.
Jedd, it could be,
Torrent.
it could be days,
Yeah.
man, before it's hot enough to start actually setting fire to the wood.
Mm,
If we
Okay.
had-
Did this chandelier just fall on it, like when we came here?
no,
it's
it's
in,
been
like,
here.
this-
It fell a long time ago and it started rotting away.
Here's the thing,
how
though,
big
Jedd.
is this- Yep.
So how big is the
This crack that's formed. How big is it?
crack itself? Originally would have been quite thin and quite small, but it's rotted on either side. And it's now roughly about sort of like 10, 20 centimeters wide at the thickest point.
Yes.
20 centimeters wide. Oh god.
Can I roll to rely on my skills or training or something like that? And then you, as a DM, make my little engineer's brain come up with something to fix this if I roll.
Can I help with this somehow?
I was gonna say,
Because-
because like I don't know how much sand I have if I could actually fully patch it, but if we could find a way to reduce, like if Lilly has like, I don't know, do you have seaweed?
If we only had a
still?
swamp bender.
I only have refined seaweed, which is like soap.
Fuck. Okay. If there's like something that we could
How?
find,
I
essentially.
have flammable
reduce-
twine, but that's probably not a good idea.
Sounds perfect.
No, that actually doesn't sound too bad if we encapsulate that inside the sand. If it gets hot enough, it might just... How flammable was it?
The wood.
No,
So the twine.
the twine.
It's soaked in black powder and I mean, so essentially the way that this has been created is like black powder's been immersed in a little bit of oil and water, like emulsified and then just dried onto this thing. It's going to be pretty flammable.
It's
like a
gonna
It's
burn.
possible.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
gonna burn
spark.
hot.
Yeah,
gonna
hot,
burn-
hot. Yeah, exactly.
Hot and fast. Okay. We might be able to do it if we. How much of that twine do you have?
Hmm.
You've got a
Not
spool
enough
of
to
it.
want to give it all to
Yeah.
you.
Not a huge amount. Not like a full spool. Like imagine like 3 or 4
Yeah,
looped
like
over
a
sections. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we could encapsulate that in sand bending, and then like light one end of it, and like sort of
Make
hopefully glass. A
Good night.
a type of glass is not really glass because it's sand, but
That's what I said before, but I don't think it's going to burn hot enough or long enough to actually
That's
melt
my-
anything
yeah.
into glass. Because glass needs
Yeah.
a pretty high heat.
How
Can I check the
does-
situation? See if I can see anything else in the environment
Keeko.
that might be able to help us.
Absolutely, Keeko. Of course you can.
then I could probably like sort of carve into the
Okay,
like
Owen,
glass.
do I have enough sand to fill this entire crack?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
If I used all of it here, could Andrew or Jedd, could you fix the seal and would that make it slightly stronger? Like, would it help it at all?
I feel like the parts that are already rotten probably won't be fixed, but it would definitely extend its life. I feel like.
That's what we're trying to do at this point.
Yeah.
We're just trying to make it not break at this point in time.
Within the next 2 days, yeah, that would be great. Would we be safe into assuming that? And is Keeko finding anything?
Keeko,
I've
with
got
an
an
8. As you have a bit of a look around this bottom floor, interestingly enough, it does look like there is hidden away at the back of the room where this skeleton is kind of half draped over. You can see there's a collapsed section of wooden planks, but underneath it, as you kick it away, there looks like there's a trapdoor heading down to the floor below. Down below the seal,
one?
not built into the
Where's
big
this
chunk of
one?
wood in the very center, but off towards the side. Maybe to something underneath?
I'm just gonna sing out to everyone like, "Hey guys, secret tunnel, quick, over here, come here.
I knew that was coming.
We have to go down here. Who's with me?"
I am. Sorry, I'm trying to do something, but I can't. My brain isn't working. Give me a sec.
I get to now activate my trap card. Thank you, Owen. I get to get 1 team point now.
Because someone agreed to your plan.
Yes.
Oh my god.
This is a plan. This is a plan. You clarify this is a plan.
I have no
down
idea
the
how
trapdoor
long
is a
I've been trying to
plan.
get these team points. I tried it ages ago and I got rejected when I tried to give guidance. Like, just want team points. Now get team points.
Do we have tar?
Do you have tar?
Yeah.
I don't think any of you brought tar with you.
and
Would-
tar in the cold solidifies.
Yeah.
Would the sled have any tar on it?
Not tar. The bottom of it is soaked in a very, very slippery oil-like substance that's been like a wax.
Yeah. So I was thinking we could probably tar it, like use the tar as a.
I have enough. The thing is, Andrew, I have enough sand to fill the hole.
Yeah, that we just have no way of solidifying the sand long term.
Keeko, you're at the trapdoor. You lifted up to look down, I'm guessing. Would that be fair to say?
Flames
Brandon's,
just
he's so
arise.
focused. Brandon's like,
So focused.
Sorry. I was double checking what I can do with my point, and now I'm happy. That's two very
You can
things
fix this with your point. You just have to tell me that, man.
so you're
I've got
probably
some cool things I can do, but I'm not telling anyone.
you're
until
probably
it's
going
necessary.
down the trapdoor, correct?
Yes, most
Jedd's
definitely.
coming with you.
100%. But with a bit of bioluminescence, I'd like to see if I can wave
You
that
don't-
through.
you don't
see
need
what I'm
Keeko.
down into.
You don't need it.
I don't
As
need
you
to.
raise up the trapdoor, you can see this soft orange glow coming from beneath. And as you slowly begin climbing down the ladder into this layer below, into this floor below, at first it looks like a giant wall of ice. This massive ice cylinder in the center of the room. But as you get close, you realize the warmth, it must be glass. Glowing softly. Frosted. It's hard to see anything inside, but you think you can see this shifting movement, something dark and orange inside, spinning around, twirling about inside the glass cylinder. For context, the seal above is roughly 3 meters in diameter. It's pretty large across. The cylinder inside this glass cylinder is exactly the same. 3 meters across as you look. Kyu, what was that? Sorry, Bree? Smash it.
No. No.
Give me that
Kyu,
hammer.
Kyu,
I've
who's
seen
been sort
this
of
before.
hearing all this, like looks down and goes, Keeko, what is down there? Do you need help? Are you okay?
I've seen Sandman.
Yeah, you guys might want to have a look at this as well. The big pane of glass, and I can kind of see something moving in it. Might want to take a look at this, boss. Ooh, I got to drop in. You might want to take a look at this in Avatar. That feels good.
Nice.
Nice.
As the rest of you climb down the ladder, this 3 meter diameter cylinder of glass, again, roughly about 2 meters high, and you can see that it continues down through the floor. Whatever this thing is, it is deeper than just this floor. And you can see this shape moving and spinning around inside the glass, moving about.
If I put my hand to the glass, is it hot to the touch or?
Keeko, as you place your hand on the glass, it feels warm. Not hot, not burning hot, but warm. And as you do so, suddenly you watch as this dark shape thunk, up against the glass next to you, this enormous ribbon-like appendage slamming into the glass and then slowly pulling down away from it. You watch as this red orb in the very center begins to move closer and closer, moving almost in this swaying pattern. And as it comes into view, you see this enormous single red eye glowing in the center of this large
Why?
spiraling pattern of ribbons spinning around, and occasionally little flames dancing off the outside of it, little specks of light. And as it gets closer and leans over, you hear, "Who are you?"
Hey. I'm Kikanori. Lovely to meet you. I thought you might need some company. Looks like you've been here for a while. What's your name?
Yeah.
Yes. I've been called a monster before, but mortal.
I am trapped. Free me, please.
Jedd, you're down there
Over.
with him, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
We all are.
Yeah. I'll look over to you guys. I don't think we should. What did you do to end up here first before we make any decisions on this?
I was here in this world.
And that was bad enough to get you trapped?
That sounds wrong.
Spirits are not welcome in the mortal worlds.
Is there any way to identify the spirit? Would I have that kind of knowledge, or would I just have like other kind, like formation knowledge and like, if you know what I mean?
Jedd, would you like to push your luck, please?
No, because I don't want to.
Do it anyway.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Where's push my luck? Oh, it's passion.
Let's get push your luck.
Why is it so wiggly? I can hear wiggliness.
Can you?
7?
7. Partial success with consequences. Jedd, this doesn't really sound like any spirit you know of, but that would make sense. This spirit, if it's
I've
been
spoken
here
to
this
spirits?
whole time, it's clearly been sealed away. From what it says, I mean, you do know that the spirit world and the human worlds are separated. They're no longer joined together. And spirits rarely manifest in the human world fully. This is here physically. The spirit is 100% here. It's not like it's appearing or crossing through the threshold, leaving behind. It is fully here in this world. It is very possible that was crime enough to get it sealed up. The fact that it was here in this world and refused to go back to the spirit wilds, or it wasn't able to be returned to the spirit wilds. But you probably want to ask some more questions. Like, its story is possible.
What would you do if we freed you? Would you go away?
I would leave this place, never return to this frozen hell.
Okay, but would you go back to like the spirit world, or would you stay in the mortal realm?
No,
Good point.
I do not belong in this spirit world. I was born here. I belong here.
Well, the cage says you don't.
Fair point.
Red flags.
But
Red flags.
what's
Owen,
your
why have you
name?
done this?
Like, can you know your name, O Great Spirit?
I have many names.
Can we have
Red
one?
Light.
Sam.
Can we
Any-
Do you want
any
more
others?
names? Jedd is okay.
Can we have more than one?
Yeah.
Wrong name. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you said you got many. How
Because
many
you just said give us one, so I like answered.
Hey, no, that was just that. No, I want
Just
them all.
Keeko.
Hey.
I have.
That's right. I have many names. The Red Light, the Sunset Spirit, Archie.
That's fucking dope.
Any others?
Mhm.
Because 3 isn't many.
Not in languages you speak anymore. The language of the spirits only.
What does it sound like in the language of the spirits?
Arong Sengen, Deruvando, Carmifo.
Yeah, okay, you got me on that one, Owen.
Yeah, I didn't understand any of that.
You were prepared.
He was prepared.
He just spoke Elvish.
Okay, so to get advice.
What do we get out of it if we free you?
You will have gained the favor of the Sunset Spirit, Artori. But more importantly, you will have undone an injustice committed by mortals. An injustice.
But what's the
Undoing
favour
injustices
cast?
doesn't really do much for me. What exactly does your favor mean? Is it like a wish? Is it 3 wishes? Is it a wish for more
Wishes?
wishes?
I am not
Are you gonna
the
explain
wind
what the leader
spirit. Sea-Wong spirit might grant mortals favors, but I carry no such boon. You are not worthy of wishes. You are too easily corrupted. Your heart's fickle with desire.
Making a wish can never go wrong. I don't understand.
You should be playing on the fact
People-
that we are fickle to try to get you out of this, but
I
instead
will
you're just burying
not
yourself on.
lie. I will not trick, I will not deceive. I am not mortal. I am spirit.
People who make wishes would always have to think about it for like at least 10 seconds and then come up with like a solid thought out wish, obviously. Like,
Yeah.
obviously.
I do respect. I respect Artori. Like, you're a very honest spirit, Artori.
Yeah, he does sound
Is he?
very.
He's very honest. He's not going to lie to us.
He's not gonna lie to
doesn't
us.
Lie about wishes.
Will you kill us when you get out?
No, and I have
Okay.
not killed you now.
Could you kill us
So you
now?
could kill us.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah, hold up.
seen the bodies above. I was able to kill my jailers.
But you weren't able to get out.
Refused to free me. No, the seal is too strong. But not strong enough to stop my influence. You live because I grant you life now.
So the chandelier fell, and then like he killed everyone.
So how do we let you out?
Break the seal. Carve it. Burn it. Destroy the seal and I will fly again.
He's a Pokemon.
And again, what do we get out of this?
Saying this right.
I think we just do it right. I don't want to die.
You get to leave and carry on your candle-like lives, flickering in the wind for but a moment. And my favor. I can lead you to places forgotten by fickle mortal minds.
You're not very nice.
No. This is a good
Someone
selling
who
point.
wants a favor.
I am honest. Honesty is not nice.
Can I assess the situation?
Can I?
It's probably a good call. Yeah. Probably a good idea.
Oh fuck! What is? There was something, right? Was there a way to figure out what their balances were?
Check balance. Yeah, so I believe you can do that as part of a.
I can't remember what it was because we never use it.
I think
Is it cool? No.
Calling someone out, you have to name their
I have to
principal.
know what their principle is. I think it might be a special. I think it's a special rulebook move. I think it's the one Dave used to use.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was a special
Yeah.
rulebook move. Yeah, Dave
It's
used
not
to
a
use
combat
it.
thing.
I don't. Yeah, it's. I don't think it's a combat thing. I think it was a special rulebook move that he was able to do.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I'm just triple checking.
Oh,
just
test
in
their
case.
test balance. Mark
Test
one
balance,
fatigue to challenge and engage for ask what their balance is.
Yeah, there is an evade note.
They must be
observer.
honest. If you already know the principal shift. Okay. Am I able to do that? Because I sort of want to figure out what his principles are.
I would say so.
What do you need me to roll?
So if it's a test balance, it's an evade and observe, which means you're going to be rolling with creativity or harmony.
And your highest, what's my highest principle? That's control. I have fewer conditions marked. I can roll with focus.
He's going to roll with focus, everybody. That was not one of the options I gave him.
I got Mind of Steel.
Yes. Yeah, fair enough. That's an 11. That's an
that's
absolute
11.
success. Jedd, as you...
Oh, Mark 1 fatigue.
That's okay. That's easy enough to do. Ask what their principle is. They must answer honestly. How do you ask? Yeah, man, what you about?
No. What is it that you wish to uphold once you are freed?
What is it you wish to uphold once you are free? Okay.
I hope I just didn't wish that as well.
freedom is all I crave, it is what I am. It is a cruel irony that I am here trapped, when all I wish is freedom.
Yeah, his main principle is freedom. That's why it was very ironic when you were like, what was your principle when you're free? I was like, is there any other way I can say this apart from freedom? Because it's going to sound like a bit of a dick answer.
So it's
No.
free. Wait.
Arturi's principle is freedom.
Okay.
How long's he been here? Can I ask him that after?
Yeah.
Drew? I'm interested.
Do you want to ask him now, Keeko? It sounds like I think Andrew's doing some thinking. I can see Jedd doing
I'm doing
some.
some thinking. Yeah, I'm doing thinking.
Yeah.
Easy. It's like, how long have you been in here, Tori? When did they put you away?
It has been over 1,000 sunrises and sunsets. I stopped counting. Eventually.
About 3 years, but you stopped counting after 3 years. Okay. It's been a while. Okay.
Longer than your mortal lives could possibly comprehend.
Yeah, we get it. We're young. We get it.
Yeah, we die. Easily. It's a bit of a pickle. It's not every... So we have to make some decisions here. It's not every day you meet a spirit trapped.
Mm-hmm.
You have to see from our side of things here, like, you know, like we were more powerful and you were a human, you know what I mean? Like, you'd be worried as well, so we got to think about this one for a second.
Spirits are not plagued by your indecisiveness. We simply are.
Oh, can you just check
And
Discord real
you
quick?
simply are trapped, so stop with the attitude.
Dang. Andrew, you know I can't answer that question you just sent me in Discord. That's you're asking for future knowledge. I can't answer future.
No, because with the thing.
Okay.
We talked about. Yeah.
Tough question, Jedd. Possibly is my answer.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Okay.
What's that one brain cell cooking up?
You don't want to know what this one brain cell's cooking
I tell
up.
you what. If I had not known that there was one brain cell, I would have assumed there was the normal number with that question. Some pretty wrinkled brain thinking going on there.
Holy shit! I've improved, guys.
You've upgraded to 2 brain cells.
As Archie goes down, Andrew goes up there. Cam's first. 1 hour and
I thought
56 minutes.
I thought
Way
his
longer than
camera already
normal.
died.
I thought for sure he
no.
must have had a dummy
Longer?
battery. There it is.
Yeah.
Wasn't it longer? 2 hours and 20 minutes?
That's
Oh yeah, sorry,
that's
he's
a
been
good
streaming for
amount.
2 hours and 5 minutes. So he's been on for longer. Yeah, you're right. Because he's actually
Because
been
his
on.
camera went
Yeah,
black
no,
before.
like,
when he
my
left,
internet
I thought he
actually-
would have been.
my internet actually died, like probably an hour ago. So when it died, wait for it to reset, I replaced the battery. Think ahead.
Still not enough though.
Tried.
What do you guys want to do?
Can
I don't.
I have some questions, but I still want. Would I be able to ask?
I got an 8 on my assess the situation.
What would you like to know, Lily?
If we were to leave, would
Yeah.
we make it out alive at this point?
Lily, there's like 6 corpses up above. Hard to know.
Hard to know. Okay.
It's a real conundrum, that one.
Mystery.
Because the thing is, right, Lily, you're a suspicious person. The spirit says it's telling the truth, but like, can it be trusted?
No.
That could be if it's lying, then that's a lie, and then everything else is a lie. So like, it could be lying about its ability to kill people. To be fair, there are some bodies up above, like very old, desiccated corpses.
that don't have any flesh on them.
Yeah, just bones.
Yeah.
Like that
They're
could
also
have
just, like,
been a lot of things that killed them. It might not have been him. Like, or how long would it have taken his influence to kill them? Like,
There's also no signs of conflict, if that helps.
yeah. So
Laying in bed.
he's
I
telling
think
us
it's
that, like, if we don't let him out, he'll kill us. But what it like? Can he actually kill us from his
Yes.
little prison?
Yes, he can. Yes.
Is there,
When in doubt, yes. When in doubt,
is
yes.
there a way He can show
I'm
influence
just
with
trying
his
to figure
power.
out like timeline events of this because if he's saying that he only killed the people upstairs when the chandelier fell on the thing and broke it.
He didn't say that. That's just an assumption we made.
You've
Yes.
made that assumption.
Okay, based on that assumption, because I don't understand how else it would be other like this if the chandelier breaking wasn't the cause of the crack.
Yep.
But the chandelier, even if it was the cause of the crack, I mean, that could have been enough to allow him to do that. And then he's just been
We don't know
basically
how-
waiting, very slowly increasing the temperature for the wood to rot away enough that he can get out.
As soon as the
fully.
hole gets bigger, he increases the temperature more and more as it gets bigger.
So it would have been like incrementally super slow, and then as it got bigger and bigger, you
Yeah.
almost get this like escalating. Imagine like a
They could have just even been like the slightest hole in it, and that is how he started. And then the chandelier cracked at some point, fell at some point, and increased it.
But like, how powerful would they have to be? Because I'm not an Avatar nerd, so I don't know this stuff.
So-
neither am I.
I'm asking questions. How
This is
powerful would he
sort of-
have to be to
So-
be able to kill what about
5 or 6 people.
minimum at least 6 people?
Yeah,
Like a Balrog from Lord of the Rings.
you wouldn't even need to be
Got
that
you.
powerful. Like, but yeah. So most spirits, like the animal spirits and things like that, like all spirits are decently powerful in Avatar, and some spirits are very, very powerful. And the thing to keep in mind too is
Because he-
spirits can't really be killed; they're technically immortal.
He killed them while his power was restricted even more than it is now.
But how do we know he's the one that killed them? Like,
don't.
for sure.
You don't.
Because the temple is buried, so what's
Yeah,
to say
can-
some that
I'm-
phenomenon didn't happen?
I'm trying to.
I'm
build a
trusting
timeline
him
in my hand.
Why would you
because I
trust
don't-
him?
because if he is right, we can't do anything. If he's wrong, cool.
Lily, I'm with your assess the situation. I'm going to give you some information. If the bottom of the tower is warm enough that it's preventing ice from forming inside and it's actually melting the ice around it, you get the sense that this tower wasn't buried so much as just sank. Because if
Slowly
the
sank,
bottom was
yeah.
always warm, it slowly sunk into
Yep.
the ice and is slowly sinking towards the ocean.
Where he would just be freed. Fuck. Yep.
So what are our options here? We free him, we fix it, he tries to kill us as we fix it, we can't leave because he'll kill us, like we're pigeonholed.
I would never
What do we do?
that as a DM. Come on.
Just look at his face. Would he do that?
Well, how would we free you if we were to free you?
Just break the slab upstairs. That's how.
How
you
will
will.
we do it? The red light.
Break the glass, break the seal, release me.
How come you can't break the glass?
'Cause
Oh, you're
he's
pretty
sealed
powerful.
inside of it. No, he's
I
sealed
am
inside of it.
sealed. I am locked. My powers fully kept from me. I am here physically in this world. All of me is here. I am trapped.
I'm gonna suggest
What is your
that
power?
it's heat. It's fire.
I am the
Andrew, you
sunset
got us into
spirit.
this. You wanted us to be here so bad. You fix it.
Yep.
Sorry.
Well, I got something we really cool. We got really cool stuff out
Fire
of this,
and
but
light and warmth. I am
he's the
them
rising sun.
all. I am the sun at dusk as it sinks below the horizon, the red flash upon the land. I am sunset.
Oh, sorry, sunset, not sunrise.
You.
Oops.
I mean, cool.
I'm gonna, guys. I think you should all go up somehow. I will stay here so that he doesn't cook you guys alive.
And
I will try to get out of here.
we're just gonna leave it.
You can roll to assess the situation. I don't know.
Yeah.
Insight check? I don't know. You can do what you want.
It's like, Tori,
Roll
we're gonna
deception or
go
persuasion
upstairs
check?
and
I don't know.
start looking at the seal and start looking at that and how we can maybe get that open.
I'll just.
Gotta-
Mortals lie, mortals deceive. It requires only one of you to break the seal. You do not all need to leave to go upstairs.
I'll sit down and start meditating, just in the room with them, waiting for them to sort of either leave or just come
Tilly,
to
you
a
had an idea
conclusion.
for how to fix the seal. What if you go up, tell him that you're gonna break it, and you actually just fix it?
I'm literally right here.
He doesn't say that.
Out of canon conversation.
He doesn't say that. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
That's so good though.
You just watch as the eye presses against the glass. I'm right here.
God.
It's the only thing. Like, I could try doing it, but I have to get a pattern correct. I have to fix a pattern.
Not
Right?
cool, bro.
Pattern?
I had
It's
to.
already in pattern. You
Chad
can't really
asked me
copy
to.
it.
I have to copy, or like I have to fill in a pattern that I don't know.
I'm more than happy. It sounds like you guys are sort of unsure where to go. I'm more than happy
Oh, I know what I'm
to
doing.
dilate time for you by wrapping up the session there, giving you a full week of thinking time to chat amongst yourselves and come up with what you want to do. I'm more than happy to do that
Everyone
because
get
this is a pretty
Everyone
good.
get out.
This is a pretty good cliffhanger. Like, what are you going to do? Look, an even better cliffhanger would be what you do, but I'm more than happy to open up next session with what you do and have the cliffhanger be what you're thinking about doing. And we'll come back next session to see how you deal with Artori, the Sun Spirit.
Let him out. Don't worry, guys. We got this.
I am having too much fun with this voice. That's true. Yes, I am. I wasn't sure if you guys would even like check out this little plot hook. I wasn't sure if you guys would even go to the
Oh,
town.
no, 100%.
There's no way to know for sure though. Although if I dangle spirits in front of Andrew, normally
I wasn't even sure this was going to be a spirit. I was just like, lost ant temple? Oh,
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
that's true. That's true. Well, look, I think what we'll do is we'll wrap up there, and we'll come back next week when these guys have had a bit of time to figure out what they want to do. Because I'm seeing like a few trends where Andrew kind of knows what he wants to do, Lilly knows what she wants to do, and it looks a little bit to me like Keeko and Tilla are kind of both like happy to go in either direction, like either free it
I
or
mean, I
seal.
have an idea. I don't know if I can pull it off though, because I don't know enough
Yeah,
about it.
when we stop streaming, can we just have a little chat? Like,
Yeah.
I'm
The
not
little chaos
giving
gremlin in me
you.
just wants to whack the glass. Like, I'll be honest with you.
I'm not going to give you any
Yes,
hints
yes.
about how to get around this. I'm not
no,
going to
you
give
don't
you.
have to. You don't have to say a thing. We just want to discuss between us, like afterwards. Just
Do you want me to
chat.
stick around with that, or do you want me to go so you can pitch it next session? I'm more than happy to jump out, and you can. That way, it can be a bit of a surprise, and I can have a live reaction to it, and not have
Yeah.
to pretend be like.
I think a little surprise, little bit of a surprise. Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be good.
Done.
That's good.
In that case, then,
Just
everybody,
us.
that is where we will wrap up for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. It is lovely to be back playing Avatar Legends. I mean, look, I have to say, Chaos Gremlin. I think that'd be loads of fun. Only because I then get to do more with this voice. But from all of us here tonight, thank you so much for joining us. It has been wonderful to be back. We will be back again next week with more of our shenanigans and chaos. For now, though, that is all there is. For those of you watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment. You too can tame the spirits of the YouTube algorithm to your will and seal them in an unbreakable glass barrier by simply pressing those buttons. That's all you need to do. It's super easy. If you're watching on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We are going to go and raid a friend of the channel. Looks like we should go and raid. Are there any people that we've
Crit?
friends of that we've raided before? Crit and a miss. We always go and raid Crit and a miss. Let's go raid Crit and a miss. Why would I want to do anything different tonight? Let's go and raid them. In the meantime, though, stay safe, stay well, and we will see you all again next time. But until then, farewell, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.